Should the Chicago Bears extend running back David Montgomery? Let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports all back at it with another video talking, of course, NFL here to talk about the Chicago Bears. So if you're a Bears fan, hit the big red subscribe button down below. People, you will not regret it. I promise you. So I'm continuing my series of kind of asking these questions about which Bears players deserve extensions, right? So I've talked about Cole Kmet, talked about Darnell Mooney. Now let's talk about David Montgomery, who literally is coming to the end of his contract and will be an unrestricted free agent. And the Chicago Bears have to decide what they are going to do with Monty. Now, first things first, I want to just say about David Montgomery, props to Monty for not holding out, for not creating any drama or any sort of problems in his contract year, similar to kind of like how maybe Roquan did it, where, you know, it was basically extend me or trade me. Monty was all business, no drama, and props to him for that. All right. Now, let's talk about this on the business side, if you will, of does it make sense to pay David Montgomery? And David Montgomery, in his tenure with the Bears, has been about as solid as you can get at the running back spot. Like, David Montgomery is just solid. Like, the word solid, when you look it up in the dictionary, I feel like you could find a picture of Monty next to it, because that's what he is. He's not elite. He's not one of the top 5 running backs, and he's certainly not below average. He is rock solid. Okay? That's what he is. Every year he'll give you 800 to 1,000 rushing yards, probably 4 to 8 touchdowns rushing, somewhere around that, and then obviously handful of catches and a number of receiving yards. That's what Monty is going to bring to the table. So what is that worth? To me, that's not worth top dollar. But more so than that, the question before we even talk about what he's worth or what we should pay him is it even worth it paying the running back position? This has nothing to do with David Montgomery. You can just take out his name. We're just talking about, does it make sense to pay the running back position? And I am of the belief that it probably does not make sense if you, for the most part, kind of have somebody waiting in the wings, or you think you can find somebody waiting in the wings to replace him. And we have that with Khalil Herbert, right? And so let's do a little analysis here with Monty and Herbert. David Montgomery this season in 13 games has put up almost 700 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns, and a clip of 4 yards per carry. Khalil Herbert, his backup, on the other hand, in just 10 games, so 3 less, has put up 600, almost 50 rushing yards, so just 50 rushing yards less, approximately 4 touchdowns at a clip of 6 yards per carry. So Herbert has been running better than Monty all season. 6 yards per carry to 4 yards for Monty. And that's kind of the problem with Monty. The reason he's not elite is the burst isn't just there. He's a little bit more of a plotter, if you will. Herbert's got that juice. That's why he's called Juice Herbert. He's got that juice. He's got that burst that Monty just doesn't have. And this year, Khalil Herbert's outproduced David Montgomery. He just has. And so you've got a guy in Herbert who's still on a rookie deal. We don't have to pay him. And you've got all of these different positions that you got to pay, right? And so where does paying David Montgomery rank to me? It's below finding and paying offensive linemen. It's below finding and paying defensive linemen. It's below finding and paying receivers. It's below finding and paying linebackers. Like, it's pretty much at the bottom of the totem pole. And so if the question becomes, do you want to pay David Montgomery or do you want to pay a running back? I don't. I really don't. If you take a look at the Super Bowl contenders in the NFL, no one really has a prolific running back that they shell out top dollar for. You can take a look at the Chiefs with guys like Isaiah Pacheco, who's a rookie, and Jerick McKinnon, a journeyman running back. Take a look at the Rams last year, who went to the Super Bowl. They had Cam Akers, who's obviously solid, but nothing special. Take a look at the Bills with Devin Singletary. Like, I can give you countless examples. And so I'm basically saying, look, if we get a sweet deal and Monty's ready to come back on a discount and, you know, we can work it out, I'm okay bringing him back. But most likely Monty's going to want to get paid. It's a grueling position. You have a very short shelf life, and he should absolutely do everything he can to go out there and get paid the most top money that he can. And if some other team offers that, so be it. I'm ready to move away from Monty just because you got Herbert in the wings and you've got so many other positions that you need to spend money and fill on. Now, we have a lot of money next year, right? Over 100 million plus in cap space. So maybe we can do both. But I'm just saying, if you have to shell out top dollar for Monty, no thank you for me. I'm not willing to do that. If we can come to a reasonable deal, I'm okay with that. Otherwise, you got Herbert. You got these other positions to fill out. That's what's more important. To me, if you have Justin Fields, you get a nice offensive line to protect him, you get another stud receiver in here, I think Herbert can do a fantastic job of going ahead and taking that lead back role. And then you got guys waiting behind him and Tristan Ebner, maybe draft another running back, get somebody from the free agent market. Like, there are things Ryan Poles can do here. So, yeah, I will probably pass on extending Monty. Love him, but he is probably going to want to get paid a lot of money, and I don't blame him. If we can get to a reasonable deal, I'm good with that, but I don't really see it happening. Let's go ahead and move the chains over to Khalil Herbert and let him be the RB1 and let Monty walk, if so be that is the case. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. As always, thanks for